which is very fitting for the Pillow Talk series. And if you tuned into the last episode, you know I was talking about the MonaLisa. So I wanted to recap my experience with that, and I'm also going to share with you a very exciting experience which I've just recently had, having another exclusive, very empowering treatment from Eve on 21, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. Just to recap, you know, if you didn't see the episode, I spoke about why I decided to get the MonaLisa Laser touch treatment. So for me, I continuously kept having reoccurring BV and UTIs. So it was very frustrating, and I'm in a relationship, so I generally have one sexual partner, and for me it was hitting my confidence, because if I had BV, sometimes it would last for a week or up to 2 weeks, and if you've had this, it's really uncomfortable, it makes you very irritable, and it's a bit embarrassing. Like, it's really, really frustrating. And for it to continuously keep happening, I just wanted to tear my hair out and just give up and be like, all right, I'm never having sex again. So when I had the consult with Eve on 21, it was really empowering to know that there was another option. Like, even my doctor, I think, was getting fed up with having to prescribe an antibiotic and going through that whole process. My body was just screaming at me. So it was really exciting, actually, when I went to my doctor and said I found this new treatment. She said, oh, all right, if that works, this is amazing, Sarah. Because at that point, she was telling me every home remedy possible, you know, and I was like, I'm not doing that with apple cider vinegar. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. So the experience overall, like, I was a little nervous because I never even knew that this was a thing. And it was painless. If anything, I just felt a little nervous about it because, I mean, anything to do with that intimate area, you're like, oh, there is an object, you know, a foreign object that's going inside. Which is, I think I briefly touched on it last time. It's just this little device that goes inside, and then it has these 4 little mirrors on it. And this is what the lasers hit. So they hit the mirrors and hit the inner walls of your vagina, and also on the outside. So what it does is creates these little micro traumas, and that's what regenerates and rejuvenates the vagina. Now, if it is really healthy, then you're able to fight off things like BV, or, you know, if you're more susceptible to UTIs. So it really helps the overall well-being of that intimate part of your body. And since having those 2 treatments, it has not reoccurred. And a big thing that I went in with was, you know, when I would be sexual with my partner, it would come up. And since doing that, a couple of days ago, this was the real test, it hasn't come back. So fingers crossed it doesn't. And if it doesn't, this treatment is literally the most groundbreaking, mind-blowing thing I've ever discovered. And I would highly recommend it to anybody who suffers from those type of symptoms or reoccurring things like BV. Also really good if you experience pain during sex. But look, talk to the girls because they're able to identify what it is that you need. So that's a recap. I'm feeling very happy, and I'm glad that I went and had those treatments. Now I'm going to tell you about the recent, very exciting treatment that I have just gone in and had a week ago. The OMG Shot. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Whew. So this treatment not only makes you feel good and boosts your confidence, but it also increases the pleasure that you experience when masturbating or having sex. The shot itself, what it does is promotes rehydration of the tissue. It optimizes vaginal lubrication. It regenerates the tissue, and it balances the pH in the vagina. So the treatment itself is non-toxic, it's non-synthetic, and it's non-hormonal. Now, for me, I feel it was predominantly curiosity, being a dating coach and being somebody who feels that we should be normalizing topics like this and the availability of them. So really, I would say the main reason was curiosity. And of course, I wanted to see, will this enhance my experience with my partner having sex and also when I'm pleasuring myself? And a little bit about the treatment. Look, honestly, I was really nervous going in because I heard that there was a needle involved, which freaked me out. But it didn't hurt at all. So this was just mind-blowing for me. So a nurse will take your blood, because what happens is they're separated. So it takes the blood, puts it through this little device which separates your plasma, the plasma platelets in your blood, and with the blood. So you're left with this PRP, which is what they call it, PRP, and that is what is injected into your G-spot and your clitoris, and improves that rehydration, so it helps with dryness or pain, and you're improving that regeneration, like I said, of the tissue. So it was like, I was really clammy. I'm kind of clammy now, even thinking about it. And the nurse made me feel really comfortable, and I was okay. I'm okay with taking blood, so that was okay. Then I was sitting on the bed and I'm like, oh my God, is this gonna hurt? I'm so scared. But with the numbing cream, which every treatment I've had, we put numbing cream on my vagina, and honestly, it was completely pain-free. I recorded a video while I was getting the treatment, even though I was a bit scared. I think my hand was shaking from holding my phone up. When the doctor who uses like these tiny little needles to inject in certain areas into your vagina, G-spot, clitoris. Honestly, it was done before I knew it. It was like a 5-minute process after getting the numbing cream on there. And I was done. Like once it was finished, I was like, it feels really tingly. Like, should it feel tingly? And they're like, well, we have been playing with your clitoris, so probably. I just found this hilarious. So in terms of downtime, it was like a couple of days, which is normal. Like, same with the MonaLisa. It's like you want to give your vagina a little bit of time just to go, whoa, what's just happened here? Let me, start doing the magic down here. The regeneration and letting your body rest is really important. I had tennis scheduled afterwards, which I did not go and do. So don't go do vigorous exercise. You don't want to make it all sweaty and uncomfortable down there. So I cancelled that, and I just had a bit of a self-love pamper night. I came home, sat on the couch, watched TV, and then the next day I just went about my normal day of work. And by the following day, I was able to have sex, and my partner really was quite excited to test it out, test the new wheels. And it felt really amazing. The things that I noticed during sex were, at the point of climax, it felt really enhanced, okay? Like the sensitivity. It's almost like, and you might think I'm weird saying this, or maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But when you're hungover and you have sex, it feels really heightened, like the whole experience. That's the most similar experience I can relate to what it feels like after having the OMG shot, which is great because it just makes everything feel so amazing. Like, which is important if you're, say, pleasuring yourself or you're with your partner, because your partner's like, whoa, they feel empowered, and so do you during that process of being intimate with each other. So I must admit, I'm glad I didn't get too scared off by the needle, and I can honestly say it did not hurt, okay? It didn't hurt. I literally didn't feel these tiny little needles that were going in. And again, the cool thing about this treatment, like I said, it helps with that pH balance. So my vaginal tissue walls are stronger, which means any bacterial thing that tries to attack me or, attack my cells, my vaginal cells, they can destroy it and get rid of it, because your vagina is such an incredible organ in your body, but it naturally, without needing any help, it knows how to cleanse itself and clear things out. So what this treatment not only does is strengthens your vagina to be able to fend off things like that, and increases sex, like the intimacy, the sensitivity, of sex and that pleasure that you get with it. Honestly, like that sold me. I was like, that's amazing. And for anybody that struggles to climax, this is revolutionary, because if you've never had an orgasm, it allows you to, experience that. And obviously it's such a mental mindset thing, is to let go and obviously relax. But having a treatment like that makes or accelerates the process to being able to do that. So honestly, go and talk to the team there and talk about what's going on. Like, we need to normalize these conversations and normalize empowering yourself and your own relationship with your body and your own intimacy. And of course with your sexual partners, because if you're confident in the bedroom and you feel sexy and you're expressing yourself, your partners will absolutely love it. And you know what you're doing? You're giving your partner permission to express themselves as well sexually. And that is what we want. We want a society that's non-shameful of each other, and, being able to have those experiences together and really enjoy them to the fullest of the full that you possibly can. So I give it a 10 out of 10, this treatment, and yeah, no downtime. It's not scary. It's just a bit new and it's different, all right? And I must say, like, this PRP discovery, like, we've done it, usually it's a treatment that's done in the face. Like, it promotes that regeneration of collagen, which is life-changing for anti-aging on your face. But you know what? Don't forget about downstairs, and you're aging there as well. And if you've had babies, you know, you have experienced a lot of trauma down there as well. So this is about re-strengthening yourself, getting your confidence back, and enjoying not only sex, but the quality of your life. So that's a little bit about that treatment, and I'll tell you about the next one that I'm going in to talk to the girls about, and I'll report back. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, Pillow Talk, and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. I think this is great that we're normalizing these topics, and I'll see you next time.